CEO and owner of Serum Institute of India, Adar Poonawalla, has tweeted, on behalf of the vaccine industry in India, I would like to thank and applaud Shri Narendra Modi ji and Nirmala Sitharaman for your decisive policy changes and swift financial aid, which will help vaccine production and distribution in India. So Adar Poonawalla there thanking the Prime Minister of the country on behalf of the vaccine industry for the financial aid that has been provided, according to him, swiftly to the industry in helping them produce vaccine and distribute it to the rest of the country. Well, let's go across to our senior editor Megha Prasad, who's joining me live now on the broadcast. Megha, rightly so, Adar Poonawalla really thanking the government for their swift action in helping the industry at this point in time.
Well, the problem there, Preeti, when it came to Adar Poonawalla, and I think right now, because we don't have many manufacturers of vaccine in the country, so you sort of get to know exactly where the problem is. He's been asking, he's been pleading, and he's been requesting the US government to sort of lift its embargo when it comes to these raw materials. And for the government to intervene and help him out, of course, it comes as a huge reassurance and relief for him. Because at the end of the day, you wouldn't really have much recourse to an option when it comes to these raw materials. If US was not to lift the embargo and were not to get the help, then perhaps manufacturing of the vaccines would be a problem. Now, having said that, Prime Minister today now sitting down again for another round of meeting to assess the situation all over again. I think this is a series of meetings that the Prime Minister has been taking now for the last 1 week or so, be it the medical oxygen supply, be it the ICU beds availability, or be it the drugs. Right now, a good thing and perhaps a positive information that we can share, Preeti, is that when it comes to both the oxygen and these remdesivir and other drugs, crucial ones right now that are required, we are being told that in another 4 to 5 days at the max, you will have the problem being sorted out across the country. So the government has not only ensured the movement of medical oxygen to all places possible at a much greater speed, because yesterday you saw trains being used to ferry tankers that will eventually carry these oxygens to the hospitals. That has started, and that cuts down the time drastically from the plant, the oxygen plant, to the hospitals where it has to finally reach. And also when it comes to remdesivir, the government has given a lot of boost and fillip to instant increase of production in the last 7 to 8 days, and we are being told that in the next 4 to 5 days you'll have even that problem being taken care of. So one is hoping that things would be back in control, because right now the situation is such across the hospitals in every part of the country. I mean, these complaints are not restricted to just Mumbai, Delhi. It is coming in from even smaller towns where the drugs are not available, the hospital beds are not available, oxygen cylinders are not available. So what does one do? Well, the government, of course, right now working overtime, but they do realize, Preeti, that this situation could have been avoided, that perhaps a prior planning and a much wiser strategy should have been in place, which was not the case. Either the government misjudged the timing of the second wave, or the experts were not forceful enough to tell the government that this was coming. Whichever way the problem sort of erupted and in whichever aspect they failed, it seems right now that the situation needs a lot of salvaging, which is what the government is attempting to do.
Well, Megha, handling the crisis on one side, on the other, pharma industry really has been the backbone in our fight against the pandemic all through last year, and even this year it continues to be. Some decisive steps by both the Finance Ministry and, of course, the PMO towards that is something that the likes of Adar Poonawalla and others have spoken about, and they need it more at this point in time.
Well, pharma industry is not only, pharma industry for India, of course, when you say backbone, clearly understanding that aspect. But I would say that India's pharma industry has been quite a support for many other countries from where, who source their medicines from India. I mean, India, they say, is in a way pharma capital
Yes.
of the world, and yet, the kind of problems we are seeing. Because Preeti, let's be very practical and honest about the fact that we never in history did we deal with this bulk, the numbers that we are dealing with right now. So any country cannot be prepared for a situation like this. You cannot be prepared to deal with new patients to the tune of 2.5 lakhs every single day. Where are you going to adjust them? From where are you going to get medicines for them? And also, Preeti, let's understand that after
That's
the
right.
first wave subsided, you had these manufacturers of remdesivir, etc., Remdac and all, who had scaled down their production significantly because there was no demand. There was no demand for these medicines. What would they do with these medicines? These medicines have a shelf life, so they had significantly reduced the production. Now all of a sudden this wave has hit, and by government's own admission, it spread too fast for them also to understand. So in a situation like this, for you to try and scale up the production all of a sudden is not easy. But that's what the government has been trying to do. Though a lot of people say that the government should have prepared a little beforehand, should have
Right.
seen this coming. Well, clearly, there's been a mistake at some level. But hoping that the situation will come under control in perhaps a week or two.
Right.